The Good Boatwork Progress has been going well for several weeks now, and it has been so good to move on to another section in Mistress. So I'm well underway with the cabin 2 berth base. It's no wonder that poor Gareth of Salt and Tar has those moments. Well, that's worked out alright. First fit with that template. I want to make one more panel in this batch of panels. First part of the cabin 2 berth base down. I have a couple of small trims to do, but otherwise that is done. Not a bad first fit. So I'm well underway with the cabin 2 berth base. It's actually a bit of a sight for sore eyes, seeing more good progress. And the plan now, there's going to be several somewhat rectangular shapes. So what I'll be doing next is down the centre line where the diesel tank is. That'll be the next panel, and we'll see where we go from there. Okay, this is just one very small part in the puzzle, but I'm going to try and explain to you the complexities of even doing one small part. All I need is a small bulkhead here. Right, it's no wonder that poor Gareth of Salt and Tar has those moments where he's just stuck thinking. Put up your hand if you've had that. So the issues that come into play here are, obviously I need to have some sort of entrance into this cabin berth. And of course I'm trying my best to make things look nice in the final analysis. So it's quite a complex spot because the coaming for the cockpit is all built in under here. I've got this forward bulkhead to the cockpit, and this beam finishes here, which at a vertical line down comes to about here. I don't really want the bulkhead to finish there. I think that would look a little bit too open, if I take a vertical line from where this frame meets the whole floor below and take that vertically up to the bed base, that comes to about here, which I think is a better position to have that bulkhead here finish, creating that entrance into the cabin berth. To complicate matters more, this cockpit beam is lower than the side deck beam, meaning that I don't really want to run anything at a line between those points because it'll be uphill and you'll really notice that on your eye. The other thing that I want to do is I want to use this cockpit coaming space for storage for whoever's staying in the cabin. And so the idea is to have a bottom here created for a small cupboard. And so there we go, down the rabbit warren, trying to figure out, so what dimensions and size is this bulkhead gonna be, for crying out loud? So I'm getting there, folks, but it's just not as easy as you first think. Welcome to Boatwork. Well, that's worked out all right. First fit with that template. As it turns out, you might be able to see there's a bit of space at the top of the template to the frame, and it's out by 10 millimeters, and it's actually hanging down 10 millimeters too low at the bottom here. So it's probably just that foam stopping it from going into position. But anyway, apart from those minor discrepancies, I think that's worked out all right. It does give a nice big wide open space here to get in and out, not only for human traffic but also for ventilation. I really do want air to be able to travel freely through the boat and ventilate it. With the exhaust box here, there is a bit of a notch at this corner, so there'll be a small loss of that corner, but all things considered on a boat, I don't think that's going to be too much trouble. Other than that, it is a nice big flat area, and I think that that will sleep two people quite comfortably. And just to point out again that this little notch here will be where the shelf into that coaming comes through, and that'll actually come all the way through to this cockpit bulkhead here, and I'll have a nice bit of rounded rosewood on this corner to soften the blow when we all hit our heads on it. I want to make one more panel in this batch of panels. That'll give me 7 panels to put through the epoxy coating process, which will obviously keep me busy for a few days. So it's 5 panels for this port side cabin 2 berth, plus the 2 saloon backs. So that'll give me the 7 panels. This last panel here is actually going to be the end of the fridge freezer area. And so this is really the last panel for this whole port quarter area. And I want to get that in so that that pretty much does the main bits of bulkheads and furniture for this whole area. I've got to share this. This is another leap forward. So as you can see, I've got these next templates in place, and it really gives the visual of what is coming. And so here, this whole section is fridge freezer. The fridge will be on the inside part and the freezer on the outside, as well as some cabinets above. And on the other side of the fridge freezer will be some storage lockers for the cabin to berth. It really is great having these templates in place, because although I've been imagining this for many, many years, it's just another good step of seeing it materialise. Well, that's another episode down, everybody, and another step getting Mistress closer to the water. I'm starting to taste it. So for that matter, I'm just going to cut sort of D shapes on their side. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell and share. I'd really, really appreciate that.